Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Lily here, and today I have something a little bit different. I have this beautiful stone with me. This is a Lapis Lazuli. Hopefully my camera can focus. Right there. It's this beautiful deep blue stone. And I'm in my crystal era. Anyways, I'm in this magical journey, and I was reading this book, Charms, Spells, and Formulas by Ray T. Marlborough. And in a section about stones, he says that Lapis Lazuli is great for people under the sign of Sagittarius, whether that's your sun, moon, or rising, and I'm a sun Sagittarius, proudly. And in the book, it mentions that this is a great stone for developing your psychic abilities and for attracting developed spirits. And although I'm not trying to attract developed spirits with this, I do want to use it to open up my psychic abilities, because if you want to get into magic, you have to work on your psychic abilities, meditation, clairvoyance, and all that jazz. So, just focus, please. Hopefully I'm focused. All right. Anyways, so I want to share how I got it ready for my purpose. And hopefully you can learn something from this video. So I got this at a trusted stone shop, Crystal Magic, I think it's Metaphysical Store, yeah, that's the name, near me. And they had a lot of cute stuff. They had a bunch of crystals, incense. Usually I just go for the incense, but I wanted to get this. And when I got it, the first thing I did was research it. I should have researched it before, but it really caught my attention when I read it in the book, even without seeing it. I think because my son is in Sagittarius, so since he recommended it for Sagittariuses, I was like, well, and it kind of sounds cute, Lapis Lazuli. And then when after I got home and I researched it, I was like, wow, no wonder it was really it caught my attention, because this is sort of something I needed, because I've been trying to strengthen my intuition and grow my psychic abilities. So who knows? So anyways, when I got home, I researched all that good stuff, because buy first, research later. That's my motto. So the first thing I did was I cleansed it. Later I programmed it, and lastly, sorry. First I cleansed it, later I charged it, and lastly I programmed it. And when I cleansed it using sage and water. First thing, obviously, I cleaned it underwater, because a lot of people touch it. And I imagined I did a few rhymes during each step, and I'll share them with you. I have them here. So the first thing I did when I cleansed it was I did it underwater. And when I was cleaning it underwater, I meditated beforehand, and then after I got into a relaxed state, I washed it. And while I was washing it, I imagined all the dirt and bad energy just leaving it, and I pictured as just these brown particles just going down the drain. And while I was doing that, I was saying, wash away what doesn't belong, leave only truth, clear and strong. And you don't have to do that, but I kind of like it, because when you do these little chants and rhymes, it feels very magical, and it kind of gets you in the focus and gets you in that mood and rhythm. So after I did that, I took a little while, I tried to really put that in my conscious and my subconscious that's what I was doing at the moment. Later, I cleansed it with sage. Now, you don't have to do both. I think you can do either or you can just even visualize all of this in your head. But I wanted, again, I love all the magical elements of doing things by hand. So after that, I cleansed it with sage. And you don't have to do it with sage. You can do it with any other incense or smoke. But since sage doesn't have a good smell, at least not to me, I kind of got it in my head that the same way I don't like it, the bad energy and the bad spirits won't like it either. I guess maybe that's why it's so it's recommended so much for that. Maybe it's because of the, like the strong, unpleasant smell. Anyways, and while I was cleansing, I lit a bit of sage in my heat-resistant dish. And while I was doing that, I said, "By sacred smoke, be pure and bright. Release the dark, return to light." And I did that again for a while, just passing it over the smoke, just visualizing all negative and stagnant energy just go. And you don't have to do rhymes. You can just say, "Bad energies, get out of here. Get the F out of here." But I love the rhymes, right? I love the riddles. So after I did that, there's a few ways to charge them. I think you can charge them putting your stone or your crystal in the earth, back into the earth under dirt for 24 hours. You can also take it to a beach and put it in the water for, a while, or take it to another natural water thingy like a river. But I chose the moonlight because I don't know, I'm learning about the moon phases, so I was like, why don't I take advantage that the moon is in a waxing phase and charge it underneath. It was a waxing gibbous. Usually it's best to charge them under a full moon, and I'm going to do that on the 12th because we're still in the waxing gibbous phase. So I placed that under the water, and I mean under the moonlight, and even though I couldn't see the moon, it was still there. I imagined this really like big beam of white light coming from the, like glowy white light coming from the moon and just filling it up and shining over it. And when I placed it under the moon, I said, "Moon above, your light I call, fill the stone with truth for all." And if you want, you can use these riddles. I actually got these riddles from ChatGPT. I find that it's helpful, and I don't think it matters where it comes from. It just matters, what matters is the energy you put into it and the intention you put into it. Because ChatGPT is just another source of information. It's no different than you like getting a book, because ChatGPT comes from, our consciousness, what we've put on the internet. So it's just an easier access. Instead of you going to, scrolling, browsing the internet, going to a web page, you can just ask ChatGPT, which basically just, finds information in the web pages for you. Anyways, and then after I let it there for a few hours, and then afterwards, when I picked it up, I imagined this like really like vibrant blue light glowing all over it, and I imagined it being charged. I thanked the moon, of course. I was like, "Thank you, moon, thank you." And last but not least, I programmed it. So I plan on using this Lapis Lazuli, as I said, to open up my psychic abilities, to strengthen my intuition, to really lead me, like really make my gut feeling stronger, and to help me in dream work. So when I programmed my Lapis Lazuli, I said, "I programmed this Lapis Lazuli to enhance my psychic awareness, strengthen my intuition, and guide me in my dream work. May it connect me to divine wisdom and truth." And if you want, you can use that same chant. So anyways, that's what I did. I've been using it for a few days. I'm still getting the hang of using stones and crystals and all that stuff. So I'll let you know how it's going. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comment section, like this video, and I'll see you guys soon.